Good morning.
Morning, Fefe.
Morning, guys.
Good afternoon, Fefe.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, 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 morning.
Morning, 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 morning.
Who's long and strong?
Preparing for shorts.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
James is waiting for Armageddon. He's waiting for the big short.
No, I mean it's just as like 28 140 is where I want to sort of see the reaction at.
I've been long Say and ARB, Fred, and yesterday I was up like 100% on Say and like 75% on ARB and didn't pull the trigger. Should have.
I mean, I play like short swings. Like I'm still short in and long in, but in terms of like a big positional long-term long, then I want to see 28 1 4 broken. That's where sort of everything's lining up at the moment for the most amount of resistance. And we got a big downward sloping horizontal line all the way from, well, it connects all the way through from 31.8 and tracks back to tops of last run to that goes straight through to 66.8, and then we've been in this channel between that trend line and the trend line that connects all the way through to the top. Well, what people were calling the original top of 64 connects all the way through to 51, 48, 31.2, and then the bottom at 24.5. So at the moment, just chopping our way through that. Everything in between, I guess, is just short-term scalps, really.
Nice. Joe, let's kick it off, mate. I think Rand's landing. He's back in the office today.
Yep.
Do you want to just kick with the stories? Let's get straight into it.
Yeah, we kind of got a bit excited yesterday when we were at 27.4, retraced pretty quickly, but it wasn't too bad. Like we're still holding okay. The retrace kind of started like an hour before some of those Binance documents were unsealed. They're not that bad. A few things. One was that there was a 200. Well, CZ said that he'd taken 0 loans on behalf of Binance or himself, and one of the auditors said that he took a $250 million loan from Paxos and gave $183 million in return. So he did actually take a loan when he said he hadn't. Yes, the majority is paid, but he did. And if you actually plot that on the chart, that is exactly when Bitcoin started going up in January. So there's a few things that are coming out of the Binance documents, which obviously aren't pretty and obviously will not look amazing. Binance clearly has problems, and we know this, as Rand said, like it listed everything in 2017. There's just a million things that could be wrong with it. There's just no way of knowing the truth. So saying Binance is fine is ridiculous because you don't know. There's no point. So I don't know if it's fine. I don't know if it isn't. So I'm just saying that there.
So what's
probably
the story
will
with
be
the hearing? Is there another one, or is that basically it?
I think the next one is Friday. Well, like Friday, all of the documents will become unsealed. So I don't know if that happens in a courtroom or something. I don't know, but all I know is that is what will happen, and that'll be more interesting because, You don't know why these documents
Yes,
are sealed or what it could be, but
Did I make it? Did I make it in time?
Course,
Hold on. Did I make it in time? Did I make it in time before the cutoff or not? Shit. I hope I did.
before.
Only just.
Shit. Did I? So I did make it, eh?
nope, removed.
Removed forever.
Yeah, I think
Get him out.
the
Get him
finance
out.
thing is gonna go on for quite some time. When I was listening to the City Hall Spaces last night, and I can't remember who it was that was saying it, but it's almost like they can just keep backing up like a truck with just like deposition to deposition and documents and files and files. Like it's just going to become one of those things where like they drown each other in files.
Isn't this the only the Binance US?
Yeah,
No. Well,
it is. But yesterday was, yeah.
The case is against Binance, yes, but the information they need is from Binance International as well.
Yep.
Yeah. As far as I understand, I mean, this is pretty normal. There was like, I mean, I was up most of the night. It sounded like a bit of a nothing burger. It sounded like the SEC is complaining that they're not getting the right information from CZ, and CZ saying, "Well, you're asking for too much information. It's like leave me alone," kind of thing. Is that the summary out there?
Yeah, there's a bit of that.
I mean,
but like,
pretty much.
I'm just thinking, why would CZ and stuff, like you said yesterday that, oh, CZ is kind of messing with the SEC. Why would he mess with the SEC? Why would Binance not hand over documents? Why would they say they're being too intrusive? Why would they risk this? Why wouldn't they just give the documents like they're asked and move on now?
So let me tell you a little story. In my old business,
I love story time.
okay, so in my old business, what we used to do is we used to have 30,000 people a week that used to work for us, right? And
Jesus.
what they needed to do was we used to put these people in supermarkets and shit like that. And what they used to do is they used to sell yogurt, and they used to sell like I don't know, Vodafones, and they used to sell whatever, laptops. That's what I used to do, right? Anyway, every time that they used to go into a store, they'd need to fill in forms, like 3 forms every day. Like one form was a sales form, one form was like a customer interaction form, one form was like it was about 3 pieces of paper per day. And in those days, before we made it automatic, what they'd need to do is they'd need to email it to us or fax it to us or whatever the thing was, right? So you can imagine we had 30,000 times 3 pages times 3 days. So we had like 300,000 pages a week coming into our office, right? Okay. The one day we had a client to try to sue us, and so they asked us for disclosures. We said no problem. we went to document verification warehouse. Now remember, there was no AI in these days. We went to document verification warehouse, who kept all our documents for legal purposes, and we said send everything to this guy. Send everything. Okay, I reckon they probably got like 8 million pieces of paper. Okay, like I'm not even like just think we had 30,000 people a week. It was 3 forms a day. That was 3 days a week. This guy used to work 3. So it was 100,000 documents a week. Okay, that we used to process. Okay, but this was before AI. And so when we got sued, we sent them everything, and we said,
wow.
In what we sent them, we said, look, you've got 48 hours to make copies, and then you got to send it back to us because there's a lot of stuff here that's not yours, and we don't have time to sort it. And so they opted to drop the case because they realized they could just never get to the paperwork. Okay, so I mean that's why you do these things. Like when you learn how to play legal is a different process. It's like it's a game of chess. So Binance is trying to frustrate the SEC. That's what they're trying to do.
Okay, in the hope that they'll just get a fine, or in that they actually will drop the case?
No, the SEC is never going to drop the case, but in the hope that this thing will drag on for as long as possible.
Okay.
In the hope that for 4 years they can carry on operating their other business, make money for 4. They're like, they want us to go on for. They've probably, as far as I would imagine, they've probably written off Binance.us. They've probably said, listen, Binance.us, it's we're not going to operate in the US. We'll win everywhere else. And so what they need is they just need this case to go on for as long as possible, right? And so like these are legal games that you play.
Did you see the
I
list of
once
employees?
sued,
there was like 110 employees from Shanghai.
Yeah, I remember once I got served legal papers. They spelled my name Neuner, and in my passport it's NEU-NER. So we said we don't know who Neuner is. Never heard of him. Sent it back.
My God.
So there's no case. These
My
are
God.
games that lawyers
When-
play. These are games that lawyers play. You just have to know the game.
And I mean, like, you're not wrong. I remember it was last year, I think it was in like April, May, or whatever it was, when CZ stepped down as CEO. And for the next like 5-6 months, all he did was travel around the world to acquire different crypto trading licenses in all of the countries that were going to work. Like like you said, when he's playing chess, like he's playing chess. He's been at this for longer than what they've been going after him. Like, this is all from, in my opinion, anyhow. Like, he's well and truly been aware of this going on and has been putting all the positions in place to make sure that they're going to be fine and that Binance is going to be fine, and whatever happens from this, like if there's fallout and all the rest of it. But like he's well and truly on top of his game. Like let's not dispute that fact. He's a very smart, organized man.
Let's quickly. I want to spend time on the Binance story, but let's just quickly go through just a couple of things. So first of all,
Is it me or did we lose Rand?
I think we lost
him,
him, man.
No, I lost
We
him.
lost
can
him.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep,
Can you
yep,
hear
yep.
me?
We can hear you.
Okay, is David on the call?
No, David's flying. I think he's landing in like 3 hours or something. 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, so hopefully we can launch the trading competition on Sheldon's show today. That would mean that everyone has team links already, the BitGet trading competition. So the teams are going to be Annie. So here's how it's going to play out, okay? So it's going to be Annie, Kyle, Dylan and Sheldon, and then Miles. I don't know if you want to do a team or you don't want to do a team. Let us know if you want to do a team or you don't want to do a team. So
I just don't think I could really drive trading volume. I only have one trading stream a week. Maybe I can. I need to think about it. I'll think about it today.
It's up to you. It's up to you. I have a little bit of a plan. I'm not going to reveal the plan on this call. So first of all, listen, we're going to be competing, but we're going to. The main thing around this is I don't want this to be banter fighting banter. Like, it's us against the rest of the world. So the main thing is here that this is the kind of trading competition where we want Annie to help Sheldon, we want Sheldon to help run, we want Sheldon to jump on run stream and say, listen, you're in a position here, but get out, because I think this is going to happen, because we all have different trading styles. Like Annie's trading style is not competing with Sheldon's. You know, like Sheldon's probably going to trade 80% alts, Annie's probably going to trade 80% Bitcoin, right? So the idea is that banter beats the rest of the world. Because if we can beat the rest of the world, if we can go back there and say, look, Annie came first, Sheldon came second, Run came third, Run came first, whatever it is, makes us all much stronger.
So how long is the competition for?
I think you register now. I think it starts at the end of September.
Yeah, well, why are we going so big so early?
Who's got details?
Just to get registers.
To get
Because
registration.
it's still a while
It
away.
starts at the end of this month, and it's a month-long comp.
Yeah, so 2 weeks to get registration, Sheldon. That's not a lot. It's like 12 days. And remember, like, other team got 11 days, and then don't forget, like, other teams are already recruiting. Don't forget it.
What? Who's got the most so far? Do we know?
I don't know, but we're gonna whip their asses. That's what I know for sure. We know that for sure. Yeah. And then, yeah, I've got a few tricks, but I don't want to discuss the tricks on this call because it's a public call, but I do have a few tricks. I do have a few things up my sleeve here. One of them I released yesterday where I said before the competition, I want to use this to get Annie's team, like to boost Annie. So like so you'll see now, I'm gonna just give me a few days. I'm gonna have private calls with all of you guys, but we have to win this. We have, again, what we do with Bybit, we're gonna do the same thing for BitGet this time.
They've put a helicopter up for a prize. You can win a helicopter.
Yeah, someone told me that. But
What?
How do you?
Is it an actual helicopter or is it like a
what?
helicopter ride or something?
It says
There's
you
no way
can win a
actual
Tesla
helicopter.
Cyber Quad, which is one of those new quad bikes that Tesla make, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and a Airbus H135 helicopter.
That's a helicopter. Jeez, if
No
it's an Airbus,
way. What the fuck, bro?
An Airbus. Wait, sorry, Joe. Let me just Google this. So
No, yeah,
Airbus.
Airbus H135 helicopter.
H135.
That's sick.
Okay, let's have a look
That's
here.
pretty cool.
Oh wow, that's proper.
Does it come with a?
Chopper,
Does it
dude.
come
That's
with?
a proper
Does it
chopper.
come? Does it come with a pilot?
Rand
that's
knows
actually.
how to fly those things.
I mean, to be honest,
It's very cool.
Winning and having to look.
to be honest, like
Find
even
the pilot.
like I'm a helicopter pilot, and that scares the shit out of me because I know how hard it is to fly a different helicopter. Like I know how to fly a helicopter, but flying a different helicopter, it's not like a car where you can get into one and get into the other. Each one, like you have to learn to fly again, basically.
Wow.
It's kind of cool. It's
Sounds like you.
different, bro.
Sounds like you win the competition and you begin a new challenge, flying helicopters.
Jeez, no, and I mean, listen. Like, to be honest, like not anyone can learn to fly a helicopter. It's quite hard to fly a helicopter. Like it took me months
Hey,
to
that
learn how
will
to fly
take
a
a
helicopter.
whole other level to the travel and chill, right? Or the trading travel and chill. Or the helicopter.
Yeah, trade, travel, and don't chill. All right, but listen. So hopefully we'll have the team links. I have to try and get hold of David or Amy, but hopefully we're going to get the team links before Sheldon show, and then we're all going to jump on Sheldon show with cameras on, and we're gonna tell people we've got teams, and we're gonna banter a little bit and get people to join the individual teams.
It says registrations end in 11 days.
Yeah,
Am I
exactly.
making a tile around this, or am I doing as a
It's not a
normal
lot of
show
time.
tile?
No. You're gonna carry on like it's a normal show. Then we're all gonna like hijack your show and jump on, and then. But again, only if the links are ready. I don't know if the links are ready. David, I mean, we've got to
I
get
don't
hold of
think they
David.
are, bro.
Jill, can you find out from Amy what time David lands? Is Jill on the
So
call?
whose team are we joining?
Yeah, she's here.
Or that's all sort of
That's your choice.
Sorry, yes,
Your
I'm here.
sweet.
Okay, can you find out what time David lands? If we can't get hold, if not, then maybe just speak to Ori to see if we can get the competition links. I want them before Sheldon show. Worst case
Okay.
scenario, and they're not really. Worst case scenario, if we don't have the links by Sheldon show, we do it on my show. So worst case
Okay.
scenario, we jump onto my show, and we all jump onto my show.
I'm
But
flying. I won't be able to make that one, but yeah.
Okay. So let's try and get it for Sheldon's show. We'll keep everyone updated. That.
I think we lost you again.
You're gonna put on Thursday or pre-record Friday morning?
You broke
Happy
up there for
Thursday.
like
I love
20
Thursday. Is that about me? I'm pretty sure it's about me.
Yeah. What's your plan on Friday? Because I want to start the management call, the manager meeting 1 hour earlier. I want to start at 9:15. Question is, were you gonna make your content the night before or the morning of?
I was going to do it the morning, but I can do it
Okay,
the
that's
night
fine.
before. I'll just do education.
Can you do it? Okay, so then let's start the manager meeting. So we won't have a morning call on Friday. Unless something ridiculous happens on the market, there won't be a morning call on Friday. And we'll do a call. We'll start the manager meeting. There's a lot to.
Are you also pre-recording, Ron?
I'm pre-recording on Thursday. Yes, I'm pre-recording on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
is the manager meeting 9:15
cool, okay.
or 10 o'clock?
9:15 South African. There's so much that needs to happen.
Okay, cool.
There's so much that needs to happen on the manager meeting. Like I, to be honest, I didn't sleep on the plane. I actually wrote out all the things we have to discuss, and it's like 4 pages of things we have to discuss, and each one of them is like an hour discussion. So it's like there's a lot to do on Friday. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be hectic. Yeah, Fred, you need to find out from your crypto town hall plan if Angela should or can join the banter manager meeting or not. I think it's important that she's there, but I mean, it might leave a gap and stuff like that. So you guys need to work that out.
I
A lot of it
think
is
I
how
can
we.
because
I need
a
to.
lot
I think I
let's-
can because nobody is basically the mornings is not when we're busy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Rand, let's
yeah,
talk about
maybe.
this when you come into the office. I've got a few things about that.
Okay, cool.
Chat.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Let's get into content. So let's start off with a Binance story. Just fill me in on what you guys saw.
No, it's basically
other
just
than Adam
yeah.
Adam Cochran basically shivering.
But he's good. Like he is good. He gets the info out. Yeah, the two things were just the $250 million convertible note in December 2022 that CZ had tweeted that he'd never taken a loan or anything. That was one, and then the other thing was that they say that Binance US is not a Chinese company, and 110 of the employees are based in Shanghai, and one is based in Canada, and another one is based in Argentina, and I think there's two on the board based in the US. So 98% of employees are all based in China.
Yeah, so what? But so what?
Yeah.
Banter has more employees outside of South Africa than does in South Africa. So where does that mean?
I know. I get that, but it's just not amazing. Look, the other thing was, I don't know if you saw Mark Cuban's text with Leia. Leia asked Mark to come on to her channel, and Mark Cuban replied saying, when you get vaccinated and tell others to come on, I'll come. Or when you get vaccinated and tell others to do so, I'll come on. What the hell?
Yeah. Nah, hold on. I think, I mean, I know what went on there. So to give you perspective, he was a believer in the vaccine at the time, which you can't blame him. Like, you know, some people were believers, some people were non-believers. And he was very angry with her at the fact that she was encouraging people not to get vaccinated. He thought that was being irresponsible. And so his response was, I'll come onto your show. Like, don't take it out of context. You know what I mean? Like, she's blowing it up to get social media cred.
Okay. No, but I mean, well, I mean, this conversation
it's so weird though,
from
because
like a few days ago where he was like, "I'll come on if you tell everyone to get vaccinated." I don't think it was. It doesn't sound like it was a joke.
I think the conversation, from what I understand, was a conversation that happened a long time ago.
Yes, you're right. It was like nearly 2 years ago.
Fred, this happened when everybody was panicking that COVID was going to kill everyone. So context matters here.
It was September 2021.
And she used it to get people into her Telegram group. That was pretty much the reason why she brought it up again. She gated it. She gated the info.
He's an interesting character because he's like publicly on record for saying that he has enough money to do whatever it takes to fuck over as many pharmaceutical companies as possible. So he's an interesting character.
Yeah, but just remember that context matters. This is at the time where people were dying from COVID and people thought that the vaccine would help them. And then there were some people that were saying, don't take the vaccine, it's a scam. Now we know what we know, but I'm saying at the time, like there were a lot of people who felt that strongly about the vaccine. Like, to be honest, my parents too. My parents were like, my wife was anti-vax and my parents were vax. And like, you know, they were like, you're crazy, you're responsible. You know what I mean? Like, that was the perception at the time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Melbourne was hectic. It was a lot of fear induced.
I don't want to turn this into vaccine chat, but I still don't think it's like a total scam. Like, maybe they fudged the numbers, but there's like some efficacy still, I think. Like, I wouldn't be as quick to call it like a total scam. Clearly, there are more issues.
Sure. I mean, like,
you know what? If you were 70 plus, if you were 65, 70 plus, probably risk return, you should have got the vaccine. If you were under 70 or 65, probably risk return, you probably shouldn't have got the vaccine.
So I guess the conversation I had in my house, because my dad's in his 70s now, is like, he's older. Like, I need to get vaccinated because it could be dangerous around him. Is that like valid logic, or?
No, because if he was vaccinated, the vaccine didn't prevent the virus. It just made you live if you had the virus, theoretically.
Yeah.
And if your dad was vaccinated, he was vaccinated. I mean, I know a lot of people.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that didn't get vaccinated. Yeah, like they walked into the booth, they paid the guys like $50 or whatever it was, and they discarded the injection.
The beauties of living in South Africa, Ron.
South Africa.
I tried so hard to do that, I couldn't get it right.
Africa, bro.
I'll tell you a little story. Let's hope it's not recorded. But where I'm living.
It is recorded. This call is recorded.
Mate, they're going to be knocking at your door. If you're in Oz now, they'll be knocking at your door by lunch.
No, I'm in Indonesia.
Yeah, maybe that tell the story. Maybe that.
Yeah,
maybe that tell the story.
Border patrol.
No, No, I won't be telling the story then.
Yeah, let's carry on. Let's go. So Binance. I mean, we can talk about it a little bit. I think it's boring. I think it's a 4-year. I think it's a 4-year long story. I think it has zero market impact whatsoever. Yeah, let's move on to other stories. Let's move on to other things that are happening.
So FTX is suing Sam Bankman-Fried's parents, which I find quite amusing. FTX bankruptcy estate, FTX bankruptcy estate sues Sam Bankman-Fried's parents to claw back misappropriated funds. So they are going after the house for estate damages and the return of any property given or payment made to the parents.
Yeah, listen, I think the FTX liquidator is doing a great job, but they're charging too much money. Like, I think that they clawing back and getting money back from politicians and getting money back from Sam's parents. Like, that's what you pay a liquidator to do. I wonder at the end of it, like, if you take the total cost of liquidation versus the incremental.
Isn't that the legal game, Ran, that you were speaking about before? Just a different recipient.
Playing Wi-Fi, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm off the plane. I'm driving. I'm actually off the plane.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Next. What else is happening on the market, guys?
So the other one was I posted it last night when I saw it, but a few other channels have covered it already, which is Citigroup has introduced Citi Token Services, so a private permissioned blockchain that offers cross-border payments. So they're offering token services to institutional customers, which obviously is a pretty big deal.
Okay.
Part of the
private blockchains. Yeah, but part of private blockchains don't excite me.
I don't know if you saw the blockchain cap. You know those people, Blockchain Capital. They raised $580 million. Like nearly $600 million in this market.
Bunch of really smart guys.
It's crazy.
Yeah, huge raise. Yeah.
They're smart guys. They're smart guys, and their funds made a lot of money. I remember their fund 1 made a fortune. Their fund 1 was like lured out of the water.
Nice. Yeah, they're quote unquote focusing on gaming and DeFi. So the two funds are
driven. They're two brothers, very very good guys.
Yeah, gaming's going to be massive, absolutely massive.
I hope so.
Look, I mean, the other thing I was thinking of a little bit off topic, but in terms of gaming, is paying attention to the top tier launchpad projects like Cedarfy, for example, because when Cedarfy was at its all-time high, it costs like $60,000 to $80,000 or something to purchase an allocation that would give you the top tier to their IDOs. At the moment, it's like $3,000 or something like that. So it's very interesting if gaming and the metaverse does play off, and looking for those top tier launchpad projects to get your allocation is now's a pretty interesting time.
Yeah, if you believe that the IPO.
But now the launches are not going to perform. So what's the point of getting the allocations?
Well, you can still get the allocations.
I mean, the point is to get the allocation when it's cheap,
and then qualify when the market's back.
Exactly. If we do think that a bull market is coming back in, then get in your allocation now to. You're making three
assumptions. You're making an assumption that the bull market is coming back soon enough so that you can get a good ROI. You're making an assumption that launch pads are still going to be a thing in the next bull market, and because they weren't in the first bull market and they may not be in the next one. And you're making an assumption that you're picking the right launch pad, i.e. flavor of the month in the last bull market is going to be flavor of the month in the next bear market. For me, that's quite taking 3 bets like that is not the best, return on risk. You know what I mean? Not the best risk return.
I'll take it on board.
Yeah, it's scary for me. It's not something I'd like to get the community into, to be honest.
So we're not sure on the like. Arthur Hayes is pretty adamant about his bull run in 2024. Or we're not. How do we feel about that after your interview?
Yeah, I mean, there will be a bull run. Question is, when does it start? Because if you're going to land up holding your tokens for your launchpad tokens for 9 months before you
it's a long time.
Because remember the launchpad tokens only going to move after Bitcoin, after ETH, after Solana, after like all the big tokens. Then we're going to get all those small things popping, right? Before, we're not going to get the small things popping.
Yep.
So like it depends how long
they're further down the chain. Yeah.
Yeah, and then okay, cool. Then you ask yourself, are launchpads still going to be a thing? Are we still going to get the same kind of bull market? I think we're not going to get the same kind of bull market. What I mean by that is, I think that the last bull market was tokenomics. It was driven by an inflow of money on the one side, and on the other side, people gaming tokenomics to create fake limited supply, right? And that's what created the huge explosion in price, which actually wasn't a real explosion in price. If you looked at FDV was always completely unrealistic. So I don't think that people are going to be
out. Yep.
Yes, I don't think that people are going to be that stupid in the next bull market. So it's going to be a different kind of bull market. Then you got to ask yourself, like, maybe tokenomics won't be a thing, and if tokenomics won't be a thing, then launchpads won't be a thing.
This is true. This is all good things to think about for sure. I appreciate the insight.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go for launchpads. What else is happening, guys? What? I mean, look at the bubbles today. Let's see. Is anything moving?
Not a great deal.
Like there's XEC and all these sort of stuff. They're all moving. STX, SEC, and BCH all sort of had a weird move. They're all pretty related to Bitcoin. Just kind of odd, but yeah, they all just moved together yesterday.
For today's show, if you want, we can take a narrative of, how. So I've got two things in mind. Firstly, we can say that, Citibank is coming up with a private blockchain, smart contracts, obviously, but everyone has covered it. But we can compare it with how JPM coin came in 3 years back and literally failed with all the hype in a couple of months. Then Libra as well. So why are these big banks and big companies going to private blockchains when they already have solutions like Ethereum? So we can do something like that.
I mean, I think it's a good topic, but I think it's a good topic, but I don't know who's echoing here. Is that you, Kapur? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good topic, but I don't think the market gives a shit, honestly. Like, they don't care about the fact that JP Morgan failed and the fact that Citibank's going to fail. It's like, it feels like it's like not really anything that we care about. I'd care if they were using ETH. I'd care if they were using ETH.
Yeah, and the other thing we've got is like yesterday we were talking about it, Joe, me, and Meta. So how retail is leaving and institutions are coming in. We didn't cover it. So here, I've listed some points. In retail, we've got Bybit on the verge of leaving. Coinbase is on the verge of leaving India. Genesis shutting down trading operations. Binance US in trouble. Remitano Exchange hacked. Binance left Europe and Russia, which is an old news. But looking at all of this in this year, and on the other hand, we've got institutions like Deutsche Bank, EDX Markets, Bitcoin ETFs, JP Morgan coming into blockchain, LSEG tokenization, Citibank private blockchain. So all these.
Yeah, but they're not coming into perpetual trading and stuff like that. They're coming into using blockchain to do, I don't know, quick settlements and stuff like that.
Yeah, but this may be the beginning of institutions coming in, and later they're trying to get the retail away. Literally, I'm getting what you're saying. It's not the direct competition. But
to be honest, I don't believe it. I can't do a show saying I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Okay.
I don't believe that they're trying to get retail away and they're trying to institutionalize it.
I have a couple of things. Number one was Ben Armstrong. So yesterday, he won a case where he was actually, in a legal battle over the FTX collapse, and he was actually cleared of any wrongdoings. Yesterday, this news came out, I think, after the show yesterday. So this was, I think, the Banter fam, they love stuff about Ben Armstrong, so I thought I would share that. Another one was Netanyahu and Turkish president. They had a meeting with Elon Musk yesterday, and in that
I listened to it.
Netanyahu,
I actually listened.
yeah,
listened to it,
Netanyahu said Elon Musk is like an unofficial president of America. That's like a dig at Biden, because obviously Israel, although is an ally of US right now, it's a bit finicky right now. With Israel is now going against the grain. That's what I noticed.
Elon also said that he wants to charge a monthly fee on top of the $8 if you want to be verified for using the platform.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. I listened to it. He said they were talking about bots. They were talking about bots, and Netanyahu asked him something, and he said the only way I could think of he broke down the whole bot thing, and he said
the quote's actually here. He said Musk said the company was moving to a small monthly payment for the use of X. He suggested that a change would be necessary to deal with the problems of bots. It's the only way I can think of to combat vast armies of bots, because a bot costs a fraction of a penny, call it a tenth of a penny, but even if it has to pay a few dollars or something, the effective cost of bots is very high.
Yes, exactly.
So it's still adding. It'll be very, very cheap, but it just adds that mass adoption that these bots are able to get by increasing their price to be bots exponentially.
Yeah, no, but so I think he was talking about the $8. That's what he's talking about. He wasn't talking about over and above the $8.
But why would he say he's moving to when there's already a monthly payment in play? By the way, the majority of these bots aren't verified, so it's not a. They prioritize verified users now and stuff. That's what they're trying to do. But to add this extra gateway, they're planning on adding another few dollars just to use the platform a month, like maybe $2-3, nothing, but just to stop these mass, click farms, whatever the hell you call them.
I think the problem that you can't realize, like, it's $8 a month. Bro, do you know what $8 a month is in South Africa? Like, for the average South African user, do you know what $8 a month is?
Yeah, it's a lot.
The average grant here, if I'm not mistaken, is probably $30. Like, that's a grant per person, government grant if you're unemployed. That's like 1/3 of the government grant per person. It's
my God.
Like,
it's
max. And India is the same, and Philippines is the same. Philippines, like, you can hire like a community manager or a social media manager in Philippines. You can pay them $2 an hour.
Yeah. Same in Indonesia. Like, they work 7 days a week, and they work at least like 8 to 10 hours a day, and they will make about $8 US a week. If they're lucky.
I mean, you see, that's the problem. So, like, like $8 a month is a fuckload of cash. Like, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money in most parts of the world. In the US, in the UK, maybe in parts of Europe not, but the rest of the world, $8 is a lot of money. So, I mean, maybe what they should do is they should make it like country specific and say, like, if you live in India, then it's $1 a month, because that's I don't know, maybe maybe base it off like I don't know, GDP per capita.
It's similar to how Netflix is done. Netflix has like different prices in different countries.
Yeah, 100%.
What's Netflix a month in India, Pranay? Do you know?
650 rupees, so about.
Yeah, that's like $3.5 or $4.
$4 depends on, like, there's 3 plans, and from about $4 or $5 to about $8, depending on how many devices you're using.
And I paid $18 here in Canada.
Yeah, same. I pay €15, €16.
Yeah, we paid. I think we paid.
What about $10?
$10.
DSTV is quite a bit more.
Sorry,
it's about like $6 to $10, depending on how many devices you're using it on.
What's Netflix? Is Netflix $1.99?
No, it's about $10. Yeah, it's about $10. Yeah.
$10. Yeah.
Oh, so it is. It's different based on your geographical location. Yeah, you could probably do that with Twitter, actually.
Yeah, that's what they should
I'm
do.
sure it makes sense.
Yeah.
Joe, they're scamming us, Joe.
Yeah, I know. Welcome to. Yeah.
But the average wage is a lot higher there than.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's how business.
Guys, what else? What else? Because I literally, to be honest, I literally hear zero content. Sheldon, what are you doing today? What's your flavor today?
I'm opening a $100,000 Solana position.
You're gonna run out of $100,000. You open $200.
No, just a couple more, and then I'm done. But I'm just opening. I'm just
my boy Shelby. That's my boy.
Bro, did you hit the fucking lottery while you were in Singapore? Did you go to the casino or something?
Nah, you told me to unlock, so I'm unlocking a bit, and I'm having fun, bro. So that's what we do, but it's good.
Sheldon, listen, we need you for the bull market, so don't blow yourself up, okay? Just like
no, I won't. No, but now it's like tiny. It's not even like leverage positions. Like these are spot positions, even like, which is nice. So it's not like heavy, massive leverage positions. I have a few smaller ones, but these bigger ones are more calculated plays.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, then what happens after this is it filters into educational content. I made $20,000 on this trade. This is how I did it, and then I show the trade. I teach them. I think I lost $20,000 on this trade. This is why. You know what I mean? And that's how I start shifting into the educational content as well within these trades.
Is it worth the $20,000 haircut potentially? Yeah, probably is. But I don't know. Like you need to be careful.
No, end of the day, I need to put. No, I'm not just doing it for the sake of. But it's important to have skin in the game. It's important for me to get my rhythm in. So in order to do that, I must put some good cash behind it, and because it keeps me focused. I haven't slept last night. I went to bed like 4 a.m. I'm watching my fucking positions all the time now.
I'll come back, Sheldon. I haven't seen the Sheldon for. I haven't seen
Get
the Sheldon
the moon
for a long
pillow,
time.
bro.
Okay. So, I mean, is there nothing else we can talk about yet? Because I mean, I feel very uncomfortable leaving the call with like with nothing.
So, Ran, I just saw something. So, CoinX hack. So they had a hack of $70 million. So the private keys got compromised. I know. I don't know if it's old news. I just saw
that's old.
Oh, okay.
Old. CoinX is old.
Yeah, that's old.
And another news I noticed yesterday was that A-Star Network, which was one of the top parachains on Polkadot, and Canto, which was primed to be one of the popular L1s on Cosmos, they're now moving to L2s, layer 2s, Ethereum layer 2s. So that's a shift.
Not big, but
it's a decent news. Yeah, it is. Yeah, their concept was very unique.
They're leaving Dot and Cosmos.
Yeah, so that's an indication that these L2s are gaining traction. They are going for the jugular, and they're trying to gain the market share the fastest. So yeah, that's a sign for the next bull market, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, guys, listen, I'm gonna jump, but I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm gonna quickly shower and I'm coming to the office. So I'm gonna leave you guys, and then I'll meet you guys at the office.
Rand, just a quick question before you go. With this BitGet competition, do people have to sign up new accounts? Because with David, we can't get hold of them.
No. So they can use any previous ones, because it says on the BitGet thing you need to open a new account. So we're just making sure.
No, any account.
So if we've got a Banter account, they can just join the team.
Ran, there's some confusion because of us creating all the new accounts.
No. You don't have to open any. You don't have to open any account. Anyone with any BitGet link, every BitGet link anywhere in the world can join any team they want to. There's no limitations. All right, cool, guys. I'm gonna jump, but carry on because I don't think you guys have got much for the call today.
Ciao, guys.
What the fuck?
Oh, hurrah.